3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Pop Culture Minefield. Today's Blade Runner from 1997. Anyway, that's a quasi impression of what's his name, Watto from Star Wars Force Awakens. Or no, Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace. So anyway, here's what happened. I have to go back and start the game over because I missed some things. And I hadn't used the walkthrough. I was just trusting my skills as a gamer, and I failed. I missed several things that needed to be gathered, and I was having trouble progressing because of it. So I'm going back tonight to start the game over to get it right. Yeah. So hopefully this will be interesting, and I will let the game itself take over the screen here in a second, but I wanted to thank that Kyle, Zax, for being here to help me manage the shows. And even though he's silent right now, he is working in the background. So with that, let's get moving to the game. So all these saves are worthless. I'm going to go to medium. There we go. The effects in this are really good for a game made in 1996. CG is just beautiful. Oh, instead of Pan Am, it says West Am. Caught that.
I'm leaving now.
Lucy, my sweet.
I cleaned out the tiger cage and sorted all the meal bins. So, if it's all right, it's my turn to fix dinner.
Haven't you forgotten something, little one? Just one little thing.
Mr. Runcer, please.
It's been a very long day.
I don't want to.
Now, Lucy, I thought we'd settled this last week. Don't let's forget who pays your salary. We're closed. Come back tomorrow. Wait, I haven't finished with you. I told you we're closed.
We're not here to buy, little man. We've come to sell.
You can't possibly have anything to interest me. These are extremely rare animals of the highest quality.
What a coincidence. So am I. That is the price for humanity.
Oh, please don't.
And what else might we interest you in today, sir? Perhaps some virtue?
Not my animals, please. I'm begging you.
But what of honor, little man? At what price? Honor.
Oh my God, no! That tiger is the rarest specimen ever seen.
Tiger, tiger, burning bright.
In the forest of the night.
BR61661, report to precinct headquarters. Code 3. Repeat code 3.
Yes, I read
I
my
was just
Blake.
finishing up my 12 out on patrol when I got the call. Welcome relief, considering that the most action I'd seen all night was a schizoid grandmother doing the shimmy in her underwear in the second sector.
I just realized, watching that they fixed
Last
something.
time I had a 3 was when some hooker vomited Thunderbird on Bryant's desk.
They have the
First
clock
clue was
tower
cleanup crew.
from Union Station to the left of the tower.
Job, it was still the dirtiest work I'd seen. Where's Captain Bryant?
Took a sick day. Got himself a heinous case of ptomaine poisoning. He asked me personally to run the unit in his absence.
Gouza was one of the old-time guys who took their knocks in the streets. He had a friendly way about him, but you didn't want to turn your back on him if you were less than a friend.
Hope you've been enjoying your leisure time, kid, because it's time to take that thumb out of your ass.
Hallelujah.
Don't get too excited. The other Blade Runners are all jammed up. Holden sucking dinner through a straw. Gaff's working the Tyrell break-in, and Steele's working special undercover. Looks like you got this one by default.
You really know how to make a girl feel wanted.
Animal murder done at Runciter Zoological. Probably just be a schizoid glitz, but we got the call. Old man Runciter lost something like 1 billion chinions worth.
10 to 1, this ain't a job for Rep Detect.
You got something better to do? Perfect your French cooking, maybe?
Slumming tonight, Slim?
I thought you were on special assignment.
Wasn't too damn special after I had the suckers out.
What happened?
Couple of fours were masquerading as fibroplast insulators down at Kaiser. I dressed up like a nurse. They never had a chance.
It was missing in the movie. I don't recall ever seeing that in the film. I'll go back and watch it, but I'm positive that
Been wrong.
the Union Station clock tower was not
I'm working on it.
built as a miniature in that scene.
Animal murder. Oh, those skin jobs got no respect for anything that truly lives and breathes. And that
She smokes like a college girl.
Zipped into a body bag and flushed into deep space.
Get rid of him, we'd be out of a job.
I think we're all overdue for a little off.
Check out the bent straw elbows. Sexy.
Stop staring at my ass now.
You got eyes in the back of your head?
All you gotta do is ask, Slim.
And so the game begins.
Animal sales was a profitable and prestigious business since most real animals had died out after the Terran War. There were plenty of electric ones, though, powered by rechargeable batteries. No self-respecting human would own one of those frauds.
That's right. Let's go talk to this fella.
What do you know?
About 30 counts of animal murder and 1 of aggravated assault. The shop's been thrashed. You ought to see this tiger cub they got in there. It's a goddamn tragedy.
How's old man Runciter holding up?
State of shock. He's been moaning and complaining about his world caving in.
You'd feel the same way if they were your animals. How many perps?
At least 2. Bloody footprints all over the scene.
Must be a delightful sight. Find anything else out here?
Zilcho. Row actions inside. Abstract art. All over the walls and ceiling.
I never did appreciate art. Find anything else out here?
Zilcho. Row actions inside. Abstract art. All over the walls and ceiling. Find something?
Piece of chrome.
From a car?
No, I think it's horse chrome. Bag it and tag it. Scratches and paint flecks, and I knew what they meant. Unless the city had bought a jet black fire truck, somebody had a big fat traffic ticket coming. Interesting. Canvass the area. Maybe somebody had his eyes open.
I'm on it.
Judging from the distance between the prints, I was looking for two very big men. One dragged his right foot, indicating a possible injury or lameness. The other appeared a lot more controlled, graceful even. Quite a pair. McCoy, LPD.
I'm absolutely certain Lucy Devlin was involved in this heinous act. She's the young girl who works for me.
She's responsible for all this mayhem?
No, of course not. It was two men acting in concert with her, obviously.
Obviously. What'd they look like?
Big and scary and absolutely malevolent.
Can you think of anything they might have been after?
First, I thought they wanted money, but I don't keep any in the shop. Then I thought they wanted to steal my animals, but they started executing them.
Could they have been replicants?
Who else would be capable of such barbaric acts?
You ever do any business with the replicant manufacturers, Tyrell Corporation?
I resent that accusation.
Just wondering.
Officer, last May I personally sold Governor Colvig an exquisite Bergeron colt. I have been a guest at his house on 3 separate occasions. Do I look like I need to carry artificial product?
Tell me about this Lucy.
There's not a lot I can tell you. She's only worked for me for about a month. She's about 14 years old with pink hair. A very attractive young thing.
How'd you find her?
14
She
years
came to me with
old.
a reference from
And he
Ogilvy
was,
in the Northwest Zone. And
this
he's
is
a
so
very
skeevy.
reputable wholesaler.
You treat her well?
As well as any young tot should be treated.
She got a desk? Or someplace where she worked?
She used to eat over there.
See if you can dig up that reference from Ogilvy's.
Yes, it's somewhere here. Just a moment. Here you are.
Big caliber, possibly off-world combat weaponry. Ballistics might give me a fix on it.
I'm ruined. Totally ruined.
Stick around. I may not be finished with you. You got any discs from that camera?
It's irrelevant. Those murderers also destroyed the camera. Thousands of chinyens worth.
Maybe it photographed them before they shot it out.
I guess you've got a point at that.
Shut up and get me the disc, Dr. Smith.
I believe this is the disc from last night.
Peachy.
Yes, that's the girl from the ending. That Ray McCoy runs off with in one version.
Howie Lee's in Chinatown. I'd eaten there myself. A candy bar. Yuck. A toy dog.
I think that's it.
Well, isn't that cute? Stick around. I may not be finished with you.
I'm ruined. Totally ruined.
It didn't add up. Animal murders, the lack of any theft, the small animals alone were worth a good chunk of change on the street. It seemed more like an act of vengeance. Find anything else out here?
This woman says she saw that kid who worked for Runciter hanging around with a big fat guy last week.
Find anything else out here?
This guy lives across the street. Says he heard a crash late last night. Looked out his window and saw a black sedan speeding away from the scene.
Find anything else out here?
Zilcho. Row actions inside. Abstract art. All over the walls and ceiling.
Yeah, ma. Yeah, ma. I think that means what do you think is going on? I learned some Chinese when I was younger.
Laboratory. Mainframe and shooting range.
Violent street crime in the city rose again last year by a whopping 26%, according to the latest figures from the Department of Justice.
Old copies of case files, notices, and memos. The usual station junk.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete. Scanning video disk. 2 enhanceable images found. Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya database. Runciter crime scene.
Hello there, Lucy. Give me a hard copy of that. It's some kind of insect. Give me a hard copy of that. A sushi menu from Howie Lee's. Give me a hard copy of that.
This is taken directly from the movie, huh?
The way the Esper works, yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
Runciter crime scene.
He looks familiar. Give me a hard copy of that. Muddy boots. Guess he's from out of town. Give me a hard copy of that. A black ground car. Looks like it's been around the block a few times. Give me a hard copy of that. Local license plate. Give me a hard copy of that.
Yeah, nothing in there. I think that's it. Yeah, no, that's. You know it? I go to the lab.
Got anything new for me, Dino?
I was wondering when you'd show your mug around here, McCoy. The shell casings from Runciter should be in the Museum of Military History.
How's that?
They're from an Ender rifle. It's standard issue off-world military hardware. Heavy caliber. That puppy can punch right through a tank.
What can I conclude from that?
Whoever used this piece didn't just walk into their local sporting goods store and buy it. Those babies are collectibles, and they ain't cheap.
Anything else?
We got the animal corpses from Runciter's, but there wasn't a whole lot to work with.
Bone marrow?
About 50% were real, the rest were fakes.
So, Runciter was ripping his customers off.
State-of-the-art fakes. Miles beyond the crap you see on Anamoid Row.
The kind that comes from legit manufacturers?
They're the ones that usually produce the quality.
What about the wounds?
Most of them were shot point blank, but we're looking at some others. Sloppy cuts with a knife, like the perp was really pissed off at something.
Butcher knife?
Could be, but who cuts meat anymore?
Nice bunch of reps I'm tailing. Hope you're not pulling a meat cleaver out of my back next week. Anything else?
That black paint you found on the fire hydrant? It's from a ground car.
You sure?
The angle of impact was almost head on. And there ain't too many spinner drivers klutzy enough to smack a street-level hydrant in VTOL mode.
I heard your wife got her license back.
You're a real funny guy, McCoy.
Anything else?
That piece of chrome you found outside of Runciter's is from a 1995 Pontiac.
Nice set of wheels.
It's okay, not what I call a classic.
Anything else?
Zip, man. Try me later.
Howie Lee.
This woman said this guy.
It's judging.
Most of them were that black.
Judging from
The shell casings from Runciter.
Muddy boots. Guess he's from out of town.
About 30 counts of
Scratches.
She came to me with, I'm absolutely certain Lucy Devlin was involved. There's not a lot I can...
Big Cal. Howie Lee.
That's it for now. That's it for now. Let's go back to the game. I think that's about, resume game.
Roof.
Real sushi was a luxury reserved only for the elite, since most sea life had become radioactive after the Third Terran War. The rest of us had to eat new sushi, soya mixed with off-world lichen.
For lichen. I'm going to go ahead and save here.
McCoy, LPD. I want to ask you a couple of questions.
Sorry, my man. I just don't got the time. Got to mix more out back.
You're a pretty smart-looking cat. You want to make some money?
Pay me large, you got my rapt attention.
Depends on how much the information's worth.
Unfortunately, my man, I got a boat. Dynamite dining, old man. Catch you later.
Beautiful night, isn't it?
When business thriving, night always beautiful.
This girl ever eat around here?
Nah, all gaijin look like you, old man.
This from your place, isn't it?
Could be. Chopstick come from Yoshi's restaurant supply.
This from your place, isn't it?
Yes, sir. You do Howie favor? Distribute all throughout police station?
How long has that chef worked for you?
Zubin? Just month. Superior chef. Makes all kinds of new soups.
What's real fresh tonight?
Special shipment of Toro just arrived. I fix you right up. No one else.
You know, I just realized something that's weird is that
Your Prince, Howie.
you had a selector previously to decide what to ask him, and you don't get that in this version. And here's something else. I don't know how to do it. That you're supposed to be able to jump out of the way when you piss this guy off.
Howie says you're a master chef.
Do not come back here. Air bad.
This'll only take a minute. You know this girl or not?
Nope. I know who I know and who I don't know. I don't know her.
Think hard.
Okay. Maybe seen her once. At station. Riding north on bullet train.
North, huh?
See, it wouldn't let me jump. And he got away from me. That pisses me off. So he gets away because I couldn't jump. I don't know how to jump on the PC game.
Locked. Locked.
See, he should jump down now behind me if I jumped out of the way. And because it didn't, it messes the game up somewhat.
Nothing even remotely interesting, but hell, if I was going to root through trash, my expectations weren't too high.
Well, I'll run into him at my apartment. Where to go? Where should I go? Oh, and that's the other thing that happens if I'd killed him there. Gaff visits me. So Gaff will visit me later. So it just kind of pisses me off. I can't jump out of the way of the soup. So I'm going to go back home. And the fat guy will attack me here. Oh my god, kid, he's got to walk all the way across that roof. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
How has
god.
it you've been earning your stripes, McCoy?
Working on it.
Keep it up. You just might have a future in this business.
I understand it's got a hell of a retirement plan.
You VK the mark before retirement?
Didn't have to.
That's why they call it the magic.
I'm starting to understand.
You ever retire a human, your career is over. Remember that. I checked with UN Air.
Hey, Kyle.
Rep swung that moon
Hey,
bus
Jojo.
massacre last month.
And also, hello, Claude, over on Facebook.
Disappeared into thin air. Brian thinks it crashed out in the Kipple.
How many reps we talking about?
Enough. They're Nexus 6s. So don't take too much slack.
Gotcha.
I want to go
Yuck.
check out what's on this guy.
Yuck. Yuck.
I guess we don't get the paperwork on him this time.
Yuck.
Dang it. See, I wish I could figure out how to jump out of that soup's way when he knocks the pot over. Because if he does, then I kill him there, and I find out that he's a veteran that served in the rebellion. Oh well. Such is life, man. I guess I'll go in my apartment and find out what's going on in there, man.
Your floor number, please.
Apartments.
McCoy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
I lived with the best gal I'd ever seen. She was 2 now and full of life and love. She'd cost me about a year's salary, but she was worth it. It was good to have someone warm nearby after completing a dirty job, and the retirement swag from this case would go toward getting her a partner.
Here you go, baby. Dinner time.
Zubin was the first Nexus 6 I'd come up against. There was something in his eyes, an almost primordial desire to live. Most of the 3s, 4s, and 5s I'd seen would just give up when you had them. But these 6s, they were a whole other breed. No messages. I'm in demand. Portrait of the sleep deprived.
Got your delivery here, man.
What?
Kingston Kitchen.
Oh, yes, right. Hold on.
Is this what the gravity be like on Mars?
Oh, no. It's about a third of what we got here on Terra. Real comfy. How about turning that dial, okay? When I say... Oh!
Please, can you control your rat?
I'll have you know that Ricky's a purebred Chihuahua, and he's totally real.
Things going good at Tyrell Corporation?
Boring. Old man Tyrell's been on a Wagner kick lately. He never stops.
You also do outside work.
We didn't go outside.
How about Nexus 6? You know a lot about them?
I think you should be going now.
Understand good, it holds deep meaning for me now. Where be your research on Nexus 6? And your test studies, contacts, the works.
Only see you later.
One more minute, you be swallowing this explosive. 3 more minutes, they be hosing you off the True Life building across town.
No, I swear. I don't have anything. If I did, I'd give it to you.
My people sick and dying. You tell me something.
Talk to Dr. Tyrell.
Tell me something I don't know.
The organ designers. Miraji, Hannibal Chu, Luther and Lance. They're closer to him than I am.
Where?
DNA Row. They're all working down on DNA Row.
You one miserable package, man.
No! No, please, don't!
Pick up. Hope you aren't camped out there with a bottle of tequila.
Very funny.
Early bird slays the worm, McCoy.
Don't worry. I'm up, Lieutenant. What's the buzz?
One of Tyrell's employees got his fat face splattered all over the marble interior of the Tyrell building.
Inside?
That's right. But we also got a sweet little break-in. Tyrell's surveillance system recorded the whole shebang.
Beautiful. How many perps?
Just one. I don't know if it's related to the Runciter deal or not. Tyrell security will have a disc for you when you get there. You'll be good, killer.
Here you go, baby. Dinner time.
Your floor number, please.
McCoy, LPD.
Just a minute.
Where do I go?
Grab test on the east wing, 66th floor. Here's the footage from the security cameras. You get a pretty good look at the man's face.
How'd he get past you guys?
He pretended to be a delivery man. Dr. Eisenduller ordered in a lot, so it didn't seem unusual.
I may have more questions for you later on.
Yes, sir.
One more thing.
I've told you everything I know, Detective. I gotta work. These monitors don't watch themselves.
Yeah, it's a tough gig. The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me, like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Animoid Row. It was a Tyrell sales brochure for the Nexus series, the kind of glossy hype that ends up littering the floor at trade shows. This one was for last year's infamous Lolita model, a big hit with the all-important dirty old man market. Someone had tried to access a bunch of protected files on the Tyrell network and failed, not just once, but a dozen times. Tyrell engineers might forget their passwords, but what would the GravLab boys need with replicant DNA sequences and incept dates? I couldn't even begin to guess what Eisenduller's password was. Jesus.
I've seen worse, but not by much.
Learn anything?
You could strain him through a sieve.
This hearing yours?
Maybe it belonged to that other cop who was up here, the babe with the shades and the cigarettes.
Ain't her style. Call her babe to her face, you're liable to end up with a severe limp. You spot anything you think I ought to know about, tell me.
Absolutely.
You spot anything you think I ought to know about, tell me.
Absolutely.
The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe? A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens. Obviously, he'd been killed with an explosive, and not just because he'd been plastered on the wall with 1,000 strokes. The detonator wire I pulled out of his skull told the whole story. The killer was an expert. The charge had been big enough to do the job, but not big enough to shatter the soundproof walls of the float chamber. But I wondered why the killer didn't just shoot him. Disgusting. If you spot anything you think I ought to know about, tell me.
Absolutely.
Eisenduller had used his dog's name as a password. The Tyrell brass wouldn't be too happy if they knew I was snagging a copy of their files, but someone had wanted them bad enough to kill Eisenduller, so I figured they must be worth having.
Lagging behind again?
Gouza didn't say anything about me working with a partner.
Oh, in a pig's ass, Slim. No, I'm following up on my own. Could be it's linked to this Tyrell debacle.
How's yours connected to mine?
I'm still fitting the pieces together. You know the moon bus massacre that went down last month?
Gaff mentioned something about it.
The rogue skin jobs probably flew to Earth. And one of them is a demolitions expert, similar MO to your Vic upstairs.
Hell of a coincidence.
I'll call you if I find out anything more about your case.
You friendly with Eisenduller?
Most of the employees I see coming in morning and night, but old Marcus, Dr. Eisenduller, he almost never left his lab.
He afraid of somebody?
I think it had something to do with the air outside and the germs. I once heard him complain about it.
Smart. What was his job?
Grub test chief engineer. The lab runs tests to see how a replicant would perform in different planetary gravitational fields, that kind of thing. One of the other engineers could tell you more.
You know if anyone lost an earring like this one lately?
Not one of the employees, that's for sure. The boss enforces a strict dress code around here.
How did Eisenduller's moo-moo fit in?
Hey, you know, company rules only apply to the lesser mortals.
How do I get in to see the big boss?
You don't, unless he wants to see you.
Okay. How do I make him want to see me?
Well, you could call his personal assistant.
Who is?
Don't know offhand.
Yeah, I get the picture. You know anything about Tyrell's computer system?
Security's tight as a drum, if that's what you're asking.
Somebody tried to access restricted data from the terminal in Dr. Eisendoller's office.
But they couldn't get in.
Yeah. Looks like Dr. Tyrell keeps his files safer than he keeps his employees.
Mhm.
I may have more questions for you later on.
Yes, sir.
Mainframe and shooting range.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete. Scanning video disk. One enhanceable image found. Adding enhanceable photographs to Kaya database. Tyrell Grav Test Lab.
The earring was shaped like an insect. I didn't know much about jewelry, but it looked like junk to me, like the cheap crap sold at the stands and shops of Animoid Row. Give me a hard copy of that. A bomb. Give me a hard copy of that. A takeout box from Kingston Kitchens. Give me a hard copy of that.
Hmm. I need to get closer to the dog. Why is it not working? It's so glitchy. There we go.
The dog collar has a name on it. Ricky, maybe? Give me a hard copy of that.
That scared the shit out of me. I think that's it.
Hey, Gary, was this PC only this game?
When it came out, yeah, it was just for the PC.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
You know this girl or not?
Nope.
Describe them for me again.
There was that Rastafarian.
The earring was someone had tried to act. The earring.
Describe them.
King's.
Got a lot of info on this guy.
How long has that chef worked for you?
Zubin? Just month. Superior chef. Makes all kinds of new sushi.
Describe them for me again.
There was that Rastafarian fellow, and one of our ex-members showed up.
Who's that?
A Japanese man named Izo.
Why'd you get rid of him?
We're a pacifist organization, and we have rules. One of them is no weapons allowed. Izo refused to check in a samurai sword at the door during meetings.
Where can I find this Izo?
He owns one of those little secondhand stores downtown.
Let me ask you a question. Who the hell bankrolls your operation?
That's weird. It shows B interview, but not A.
And sources.
And it's supposed to be in there.
As?
So anonymous, even I don't know who they are.
I almost believe you.
That's weird.
I checked with UN Air. Looks your rep swung that moonbus massacre last month.
They ever find the moon bus?
Disappeared into thin air. Brian thinks it crashed out in the Kipple.
Another thing they brought from the book, the Kipple.
Lockup.
Are they letting me out?
I'm not the one who makes that decision.
I suppose it's my turn to bear the cross for the cause.
You're Spencer Gregorian, right?
No. I really think my lawyer should be here.
I got some more questions for you. Tell me about your protest at Tyrell's plant.
I already told that other detective everything. Under duress.
I want to know about the people who were there. The Rastafarian and the Asian guy with the sunglasses.
I didn't know the Rastafarian. The Asian fellow was one of our ex-members. Izo was his name.
How long did you know him for?
Let's see. I met him about 5 years ago. He seemed so smart and balanced. He really wanted to help the replicant people.
Then what?
He started associating with the more militant factions. I was astounded when I heard he was supplying weapons to some of them.
What kind of weapons?
Guns so new that even the police had hardly used them, I heard.
I got some more questions for you. Lot of people involved in your cause, Spencer?
Yes, sir, we're growing fast. As more and more people realize that replicants have cognitive and emotional legitimacy, the Citizens Against Replicant Slavery will spearhead the movement towards...
Save the pitch for someone who gives a shit.
We're peaceful people, Detective. We live by a code that men like you could never understand.
Try me.
2 centuries ago, humans were held in slavery. Brave souls formed an underground railroad.
So, you help replicants escape the city.
I'm talking figuratively, Detective.
Sure you are.
We're not children, Detective. We have resources. The world is changing. People are waking up to the injustices perpetrated by a sick society that you have helped.
A lot of them will wake up dead if reps are allowed to run amok on Terra, jerk. I'm gonna give you a little test.
The other detective, she already tested me earlier today.
Uh-huh. Look, I gotta check out the equipment, and you're the only stiff around.
I object to this treatment. If you'll just call my lawyer, he'll take care.
Your lawyer would tell you I got the authority to VK the mayor if I want. And he'd have to smile and nod and kiss my butt until I cleared him. So sit down. Reaction time is a factor in this, so please pay attention. Where do you live?
3rd sector, uptown.
Nice neighborhood?
Very. Is this going to take long?
Just keep your pants on, Spencer. What do you do for a living?
I teach political science.
Describe in single words only the good things that come into your mind about your mother.
Patient, brave, loving.
You're 7 years old. You managed to steal several marshmallows from the kitchen and sneak them back to your bedroom. You're caught, and your father spanks you.
Well, it sounds like I deserved it. But my father didn't believe in corporal punishment.
You rent a mountain cabin. On the wall, someone has hung old maps and Currier and Ives prints. A deer's head is mounted above the fireplace. A full stag with developed horns.
I'd leave.
You suddenly feel the urge to commit suicide.
I love life too much to commit suicide. You wouldn't know about that, would you?
Like my briefcase? Department issue. Baby hide. 100% genuine human baby hide.
Appropriate. For a killer.
You're at a restaurant with friends. One of them orders lobster. The chef drops the lobster into the tub of boiling water while you watch.
Are you trying to make me sick?
You've been kidnapped. Your captors tell you that you'd better think about what you did to deserve this.
I try to reason with them.
What do you think it's like to be a replicant?
Horrible. Frightening.
Why?
They're hunted creatures. Anyone can gun them down without consequence. I'd say that's frightening, wouldn't you?
You're watching an old movie. It shows a banquet in progress. The guests are enjoying raw oysters. The entree consists of boiled dog.
And this test is supposed to determine if the subject is a replicant?
Is that an answer?
Even a replicant would react to these questions.
Yes, but slowly and not as strongly. You're on a farm. You get into the pen to feed the pigs. In their excitement, the animals knock you down into the mud. Using a butcher knife, you slit the throat of the nearest sow. You're covered in blood as you stumble to your feet.
My God. You know, I actually feel sorry for you, Detective McCoy. The lack of empathy. Have you ever taken this test?
I don't need to. I know what I am.
So do I.
Test terminated.
You keeping busy, pal?
Please leave me alone. My migraine's acting up.
Ground floor.
Hey.
What are you doing here, Slim?
We get a new weapons shipment?
Ground floor, mainframe, and shooting range.
Uploading personal clue database. Downloading mainframe clue database. Clue database transfer complete.
The dog collar has a name. The dog collar has a name. Kingston Kitchen.
One of Tyrell's employees got his fat face.
It was a Tyrell sales brochure for the Nexus series, the kind of glossy hype that ends up littering the floor at trade shows. This one was for last year's infamous Lolita model, a big hit with the all-important dirty old man market.
Most of the employees I see coming in morning and night, but old Marcus, Dr. Eisenduler, he almost never left his lab. I think it had something to do with the air outside and the germs. I once heard him complain about it.
Very interesting.
Old copies of case files, notices, and memos. The usual station junk.
Well, if it ain't Ray McCoy. Brian finally letting you play with the big boys.
My clearance come through?
You bet. You bring your piece?
Don't leave home without it.
Steele's been running the maze every other day for 2 weeks, and the targets are getting a little roughed up.
I thought Gouza was going to requisition some new ones.
I ain't seen him down here in a month. Guess he's been busy.
Poor guy. I bet he gets all tuckered out from pushing those papers around.
And don't sell him short, McCoy. Gouza could be one tough hombre. I remember when we worked mice together. He poured acetone on 2 pimps that gave us some lip and lit a match. I'll tell you, it looked like the goddamn 4th of July out there.
Peachy. We get a new weapons shipment?
Yeah, Gouza requisitioned a couple of cases for the assault teams.
Let me guess. He's planning on taking out a small city.
Lieutenant's a big believer in overkill.
That weapons shipment just came in. You got the paperwork handy?
Why? You got a pressing need to rummage through my private files?
Yeah, I forgot you were keeping your lacy underthings in there. Look, Jack, I just want to see what they're charging for a crate of rifles these days.
Too damn much if you ask me, especially at the rate the assault teams are losing them. I guess there ain't no harm in it.
You keeping busy, pal?
Nah, the place has been pretty quiet the last couple of days.
You know, I'm not going to give it to him.
Roof.
this your work?
Ah, dragon.
Dragon?
See, Anosoptera, dragonfly, late of the American South Swampland.
You sell jewelry with dragonflies?
Item like that, very special significance. Very rare, senor. Estate item, and most likely part of large collection. Person must have plenteous money to obtain a collection.
More than I can afford.
You try Hawker's Circle. Might want to trade for this. With luck, you may find.
If this is from a collection, I'm also looking for the other pieces.
I make you a deal. I found out where to get dragonfly jewelry. Then you buy a piece, right? For special lady friend? You come back later.
I'll do that.
You take care, chasing the dragon. Handsome man like you has lady friend, of course.
All my girl cares about is food and love.
Oh, how romantic. What is this girl's name?
Maggie.
Maggie. Ah, Maggie, senor. It's perfect, is it not?
It's kind of ugly, but you talk me through it. You hear anything yet about that dragonfly jewelry, like what I showed you before?
No, senor.
Hey, Gary, private chat
Looking for me.
when you can.
Come back later, maybe I know something more.
Ready? Oh, we've been going for an hour already. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up for the night. Left and
Thanks,
save
Gary.
game. No problem, Zach. I'll see you later, buddy.
Have a good night.
You too. And I will end it there. This has been fun. And that is it. Oh, hi, Gary. If you go back to the beginning, Gary, you can watch the whole video. I had to restart the game because I thought I remembered enough of the game from '97 that I could make it through, but I realized I wasn't getting some of the things I needed to get. So, well, there you go. I well, I had to start all over again because there was no way to go back within the game to get those things. So I just said, I'll just restart it, play it right. Now I'm going to pay attention to the walkthrough because I definitely missed like 5 things. So there you go. Let me check, see if we got anybody in the chat over on Facebook. Opening up the browser, checking over there. Oh, yep, we do. Upsilo Deep Defacer. I've played original DOS version. I haven't seen that in so long. I forgot all about DOS. And replayed the GOG version, a little enhanced, great immersive cyberpunk game. Absolutely, it is. Absolutely, it is. But as I've learned, get the walkthrough because if you miss something and go out of order with some of the stuff, it can wreak havoc on where you're going in the game. And really, I couldn't get to certain parts. I was lost. How do I get back? And so, but anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. I want to thank Zax for sitting in with me and managing the chat. Looking forward to seeing BE Final Cut on Saturday. I'm assuming you meant BR. Yeah. There you go. I knew it, Gary. I'm glad you dropped in, Gary. Maybe I can actually get you to drop in the show and talk. You don't have to have a camera, but you do need a microphone. get on the show and we can talk about it. And I think that'll be fun to have you on here while I'm playing. Anyway, I want to wish everybody a good night. Thanks for stopping by, and be prepared for Tuesday. Yep, like I said, every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, I will play for an hour. So have a good night, everybody. Or as they say in Blade Runner world, have a better one. Trying to find my outro video. There's so many in there now. There it is. Bye, guys.
Goodbye, chocolate mousse. I'll never forget you. Goodbye, Ducroix. Take care of yourself. Goodbye, Deja Vu. I'll always remember you. And I'll miss you. Scarecrow.